the time has come. It's time for a month of nothing but pirate romances. So I'm sitting here waiting for our first Treasure Island kickoff reading sprints to start. It's gonna start in about 15 minutes. I am still working. But I'm going to be watching the sprints. I really love participating in reading sprints. I think it's just really fun to see what everybody's reading and what everybody's up to. It's kind of like a nice check-in as well. So looking forward to it. I'll see y'all soon.
Excuse me, sir. I am trying to read. Okay, so reading sprints have started. I was working for the last half of it, but now that I'm off work, I'm able to read, and I'm starting this readathon with A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Halley. I'm so excited for it. It is a dark romance, and it's a Little Mermaid retelling. Marin, her name is Marin. She's 16 and she sees a hot guy on a beach, and then she sells her voice to the sea witch. You know, the same old story. However, it's a lot darker already. And now it's 10 years later. And I don't think Marin is having such a good time with Prince Eric. Let's find out. Hello, good evening. Earlier I worked all day long at home, and then on my lunch hour I did my videos. It was a filming day for me, so I've got those all done. I still need to do some editing tonight, but it is reading time, and I just need to read. I need to read this book. I'm so obsessed with it already, and I'm just 30% in. I have Marin, who is a siren. She's a mermaid, and she makes a real dumb decision, and she makes a deal with the sea witch to want to be in love with a human prince. So she wants to become human and fall in love with the prince and live happily ever after. Only this isn't that kind of story. This is a dark romance. This is a dark romance, mermaid pirate romance, and the prince is a jerk. He's worse than that. He beats her. He's terrible. He's terrible. And so she just wants to go back to the sea. So they're on their way back home to the kingdom, and on their way they are overrun by a pirate ship and some very ruthless pirates. The prince and the princess are taken prisoner by Captain Ramsey and his crew. Basically, they're being held for ransom. So they're waiting for word to get back to the king so they can get money, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so she's in a cage in his room, and they're starting to get to know each other a little bit. Well, actually, Ramsey is getting a little loose-lipped with his own life, and she's learning more about him. And he's just a smart-ass pirate. I am enjoying it. He basically gives her a bucket because she stinks, you know, they've been on the ship for a while, and he's like, you can wash with it, you can drink with it, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm gonna leave the room, and when I come back, you know, in hours, you'll be done. Instead, she takes the bucket and like throws it at him and just splashes him, and he's just like, he's like, I probably needed that. I love it. I love it. So far, I would say it's dark, but it's not like super dark. Totally enjoyable for those who don't read dark romance so far. It's good. Morning. So I'm gonna do the book challenge today for the Discord, and it is to make a book volcano. And I want there to be smoke, so I'm gonna go a little extra on this. I hope it turns out good. We'll see. I'll show you at the end. that's done. I put everything back away. That was actually really fun. I really liked it. Okay, so book update. I am 50% of the way through A Ship of Bones and Teeth. I'm like flying through this almost. I'm kind of obsessed, like slightly obsessed with it. I love it. I love it so much. The banter, the ferocity between these two, I'm just like, there's so much sexual tension. I am living for it. And it's, like I keep saying, it's dark, but it's not overly dark. I think it's just like dramatic. Like it's so great. There's so much time on the ship pirating. I'm in love. I'm in love. Something happened too that I love in books that I don't want to give away, but it's one of my favorite things in books or movies. Like when somebody does this thing, I'm just like, ah. Oh man, it's basically when Marin has had enough. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Marin has had enough, and then a thing happens. You have got to read this book. Okay, I am only at 61%, but damn. Damn, so much has happened. So much has happened. So much brutality has happened. Viciousness. These two are viciously calm. Marin is for sure more feral. Like, she's been locked in a cage like for the last 10 years and she's starting to come out. But Ramsay, he is calculating and careful and cautious, and I'm seriously, I don't know how I'll recover from this book. I have a whole month of pirate books to read after this. It's, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. We have sprints again tonight on Maggie's channel. I love Maggie's channel and Maggie herself. So much fun. She's definitely my smut partner in crime. And I just definitely need to read more of this book. I do have to stop at some point because it is my niece's graduation tonight. She's graduating 8th grade. But after that, in fact, I'm just gonna take my Kindle out on the field because it will be a long night. Just know it. Yeah, that's happening for sure. I finished A Ship of Bones and Teeth. I know you know this. I'm giving it 5 stars. It was amazing, and it's probably like my new all-time favorite book. Like, honestly, that's how much I loved it. It was so good. So freaking good. Oh God. Marin she's ferocious, and I love that about her. And Ramsay has this calm, patient brutality underneath him that is just so hot. He certainly is a burn the world down for you kind of guy. And oh, there's so much piratey stuff in this. They are not good people. She is not a good person. But there's even more evilly people out there. So it's like, oh God. And I almost cried twice. And it was just so great. So freaking great. And the epilogue didn't have babies. So it was even better. It was even better. Oh my God. That was such an adventure. I absolutely loved it. I loved every second of it. I'm gonna buy it right now. I just have to decide if I want the paperback copy or hardback copy. I think I want paperback. I'm getting into like having more paperbacks, but I don't know. Maybe I should just have both. Oh my God. And Karina Halley just posted a picture of an artist's rendering of Captain Ramsay Bounds Batista. Oh boy. I'm gonna need more artists to draw these people. I need certain scenes as well. I need the crow's nest scene like drawn really badly. I need the underwater reunited scene. I need the Kraken. I need the Kraken. Like, I need that. This is just so good. I also want the Sea Witch. Like, I want that drawing. I want a specific scene with Marin and the prince. Oh my God, this is gonna be my new personality. I just know it. I love it. I feel bad already for whatever book I pick up next. What am I gonna pick up next? Maybe I should do a short one this time. A short one and maybe a funny one. Let me see what I can find. I chose a book last night. I chose Sea of Darkness. I was gonna choose something else. I like went through 2 different dragon books and actually DNF'd both of them. So like very early on. Leo, come on. And so I started Sea of Darkness, and then about when I got to like chapter 2 or 3, I realized that I have the audiobook of it. So I listened to the audiobook of it all night last night. Actually, it wasn't that long of an audiobook. And overall, meh. Like, I didn't really like it. So Sea of Darkness is you have a slayer and you have vampire pirates. And I have no idea why the slayers are going after the sea vampire pirates. They cannot walk on land until night. So they're like shadow walkers, sea shadows. Forget what they call them. But then the slayer, her father was murdered, and the agency, the society, whatever they call it, that is helping her, there we go, some shade, I was obviously trying to cover it up. So she's trying to find out why they're doing that. And the whole time I'm reading this, I'm just like, I am so confused at what's going on. Like, so confused. So overall, I gave the book 3 stars. It really wasn't pulling me in any direction. I got to about an hour left and I almost thought about DNFing it because I was really not enjoying it. But I pulled through. Another thing about the book is she's 17, so it's YA and there's no smut. But that's usually not a problem. However, the main guy, a little creepy in my opinion about it. So he's obviously a vampire who's hundreds of years old, and he's like, oh, I'm attracted to her, but I shouldn't be attracted to her. Yeah, she's 17. So I don't know. She also makes some pretty poor decisions. So I need to find a book that is wildly different than what I've been reading. I think also I felt bad for whatever book I picked up after A Ship of Bones and Teeth because it wasn't gonna live up. It just wasn't going to, and I know that. So there's a little bit of that going on, but also I think just Sea of Darkness wasn't a great book. And it was too serious. I need something wildly different. We need something funny and maybe something a lot shorter. Let me see what I can find. Oh, I know what I can find. Okay, last night I was up very late and I was searching, and there's some kind of bright gay seas. It's a gay pirate rom-com. The audiobook is only 2.5 hours. I'm real interested in it because the synopsis makes it seem like very much like Our Flag is Death. They fly a rainbow flag, and the captain's name is Captain Swallows. I need to see what this is all about. So let me read that.
I just got off work and I have got a lot of reading done, so I thought I would do another update. In fact, I just joined Tori Between Pages reading sprints, so figured this would be a really good time. Anyways, what did I finish? Yesterday I started and finished Bright Gay Seas by Guy New York. I made some cookies and some pesto, or my husband made some pesto, stuff like that. We were having a good time in the kitchen. Anyways, this was a surprise. It was only like a 2.5 hour audiobook, but it was delightful. It was delightful. I ended up giving it 3 stars, I think, 3 or 4 stars. I forget what book I had read before that, but I think I could give that one 2 stars. I'll do a wrap up in this vlog, okay? We'll do a wrap up. Anyways, Bright Gay Seas is all about Matthew, and while his dad was drunk, Matthew stole away to an inn downtown and had a tryst with another boy. And word gets kind of out, and his dad is furious, drags him down to the docks by the ear, and sells him off to pirates. And so he's aboard this pirate vessel, but as soon as the pirate vessel leaves the harbor, they start hoisting a rainbow flag, and what do you know? It's a pirate ship full of gay pirates. And this short novella is all about his time on this gay pirate ship. And it was honestly really sweet. He falls in love with another boy called, I think, like Timmy the Twink. That's what they call him. I don't know if that's an appropriate name, but that's what they called him in the book, okay? Anyways, it was just this really cute love story between him and Timmy, I think it was. And then, oh, also the captain is trans, which I loved. And I don't know, it was just really sweet. There's a little bit of adventure in it, not too much, not too little, but it was definitely just a story about finding your people and, you know, making your own family. So after that, I started Captive of the Pirate King by Rebecca F. Keeley. And I am liking this as well. I'm about 46% of the way through. So in the beginning of this book, Veronica, she is scrambling to throw all her clothes and her belongings out a porthole window. Her ship is being overrun by pirates. And she knows that these pirates are part of pirates that belong to the Pirate King, and the Pirate King's laws say that they do not take women aboard any of their ships. What they do with the women is they basically put them on a little dinghy and set them off to sea, and you know what, if they survive the ocean, that's on the ocean and the women. And she doesn't want to do that. She wants to survive because she's looking for her brother. So she's getting rid of all her stuff and then puts on some boy clothes, you know, binds herself, chops all her hair off, and she's discovered by a pirate and taken aboard the pirate vessel because all the men, they say, you either become part of the crew or you die. So she reluctantly becomes part of the crew as their cabin boy. And this is one of my favorite tropes. I just love the woman disguised as a cabin boy trope for some reason. I just love it because I feel like they're always so like obvious. You know? Oh, so obvious. These pirates are supposed to be smart, but they never are. Anyways, so she starts her work on the pirate ship as a cabin boy, and they're kind of going back to the Pirate King's lair, island, whatever, and she kind of befriends a pirate named Locke, who they both have secrets. They both have this secret magic about them, and their little romance starts to grow. You know, it's a romance between them two. So I'm like halfway between this right now. Some revelations have just happened and yeah, I'm liking it so far. We're finally getting to close to, anyways, the pirate island and the Pirate King. So I'm there. We discovered Locke's secret, and that was like, I kind of figured it out like 3 or 4 chapters ago when things were mentioned, and then the author just is like, yeah, tells you what it is in this one. So almost halfway, and I'm gonna continue reading since now I've wasted about 10 minutes of the reading sprints. Hello. All right. It's Wednesday. It's officially been 1 week since the start of the Once Upon a Readathon for June, and I have read 4 books. I just finished Captive of the Pirate King by Rebecca F. Kinney. I'm ending up giving it 4 stars. I thought it was excellent. It was so good. It was a little bit slower paced than A Ship of Bones and Teeth, but equally really good. Probably not as memorable, but I love all of the piratey stuff in this. I really love how the main character didn't back down from what she wanted. And again, I just love that soft brutality of the pirate. I just love that. I love a good pirate softy. He'll kill everybody else, but he will treat you like a queen. And I just love that. So yeah, 4 books down in 1 week. That's crazy for me. I think at the top of this list for this week, A Ship of Bones and Teeth for sure. I mean, that's gonna be an all-time favorite. Like, I absolutely loved it. And then I think it will be Captive of the Pirate King. And then right below that, Bright Gay Seas. Really loved that one. I think it was very surprising that I loved that one. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. And then my least favorite of this week, besides the books that I DNF'd, was the vampire book, Sea of Darkness. Sea of Darkness, that one. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. I just didn't like it as much as the others. So yeah, Pirate Week 1 down. I think next week I need a shift. I need to read something a little bit different so that way I don't get totally burnt out. And I think next week I'm gonna focus on pirate historical romances, or historical romances at sea. I have a few in mind, so if you want to join me next week on the reading vlog, I will try and get this up next Friday. And we'll go with vlog number 2 then. But until then, if you want to know anything about the books that I'm reading in real time, you can join me over on Instagram. I love a good Instagram story. I'm always on there. But until then, I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.